We finally got the patch notes for update 2.1 in Wild Rift. I was just about to cook myself some spaghetti, but now I guess I got to put that off a little bit and tell you guys out there what we're going to be having coming into update 2.1. And this is cool. It's easy content. Thank you, Riot, for that one. We can dive right into it and expect some good nerfs. Kennen nerf, please. I need it right now. Take Kennen, yeet him out of here, get him out of the stage. So we're going to give it a shot. And we're going to be breaking everything down for all you beautiful people at home. So, of course, you know, seeing what's going to be happening, I'm going to skip that one because that is not going to be very interesting for us. But, of course, right off the bat, two new characters coming on the Rift is going to be Xayah and is going to be Rakan. Of course, you know, they're making fun of our virgin gamers out there because it's going to be Valentine's Day in February, so it makes sense to add Rakan and Xayah all together. So they're going to be joining up on this one as an ADC for Xayah and a support for Rakan. So those are two great characters. If you play League of Legends PC, you guys know that these two work extremely well together, as they are supposed to. So I can't wait to see how those two are going to be playing out, as they are going to come out in just a few days' time. I believe tomorrow, by the time I do this video. So it should be on Tuesday, the 2nd of February, 2021. So look out for that. So two great characters, not really too much to add. I'll probably do some guides on it. Tell me if that's something you guys would be interested with, and I'll try my best to do it. But of course, the feature I was looking out for the most, it is the feature and replay system. So this is going to be spectator mode and also the replay feature. So replay, so you can watch your friends' games and also your own games in replay. Check out anytime, purchases, all that good stuff. So this is a great feature for you to improve and watch your own gameplay and know what you have to work on. So this is a great feature. I was surprised it was not even in the game, like, by default. Like, it actually took them quite a bit of time to add it. I thought it should have been there right on release day. But you know what? That is fine. Now, looking on to the next one is going to be spectator mode. Great for esports. I'm going to do a lot of tournaments myself. So, of course, you guys should be definitely looking out for that. A lot of esport events coming out thanks to the awesome spectator mode. It looks awesome, by the way. Look at this. It's sleek, my boy. It looks amazing. Now, going on to the second part of this one, the skins. So we got, of course, you know, a lot of good skin coming on through. They have the different Lunar Beast themed skins. So we're going to have one for Alistar. He's my one trick, so I'm pretty happy with that one. Alistar, Annie, Darius, Fiora, Jarvan, and also Misfortune are going to get a Lunar Beast skin. Misfortune, by the way, does not have a Lunar Beast skin on PC. So this is going to be a mobile-specific Lunar Beast skin. This is going to be great to have. So Misfortune, she's only on mobile, not on PC. Get fucked, PC players. Okay, don't, please, I'm joking. Next one is going to be Panda Teemo. Next one is going to be then Cosmic Dawn Rakan and Cosmic Dusk Xayah. Of course, you know they're having skins to come out with the new characters. And also a bunch of other skins like Sweetheart, which makes sense also because Valentine's Day. Man, oh man, I'm gonna open that. I'm going to open that for a sec. Come on, dude. This splash art is sick. Like, with rollers too. Come on, bro. This is sick. I don't play Misfortune. I might play Misfortune after this because that's pretty good. If you know where I'm looking. No, that's a pretty sick skin. I love the splash art. Of course, you know, Riot do great when it comes down to splash arts. But now we're getting in the nitty-gritty of it all. We're going for the nerfs and buffs and all. Like, first of all, we're going to start with the buffs, which I got to say, I'm pretty happy with who they're buffing here. Corki, right off the bat, you were never seeing Corki getting played, and I think that he is a character that definitely needed a buff. So, of course, on his Phosphorus Bomb, AD ratio increased from an extra 0.2 bonus AD. Sorry, couldn't speak there. Which I think is, you know, he needs to get some good bursts, some good updates, because he was a character that I was expecting a lot from, and he just was not played. He's played a lot on PC, but mobile, he was like invisible. So I 100% agree with this buff over here. And also his Missile Barrage is going to have a bunch of buffs on the damage, the ratios, and everything around. So overall, pretty happy with Corki getting that buff. I think he definitely needed it. Now for Jarvan, also a character that was getting played heavily at the start of the game, but got kind of abandoned midway because you had better junglers and better also Baron laners compared to Jarvan. So he is now going to be getting played a little bit more. And also the Martial Cadence does now 20 minimum damage. Okay, that's still very little damage, but I guess that you sometimes would do like 5 or 10 damage, which is like nothing. So it's pretty good you have a cap now on the ability. So I do like that. And also you're going to have the Dragon Strike to Demacian standard dash combo hitbox size. Oh, they increased the hitbox. Okay. Okay. No, that's something you don't usually see. Normally they reduce hitboxes, but like increases it. Well, that's interesting. Because like Blitzcrank, they reduced it, but now they increased it for this one. So a little bit easier to hit for your Dragon Strike. And also they fixed the dash speed, and the dash speed is now going to be a little bit quicker. So more mobility coming out from him and easier to hit spells in general. So Jax, I don't think Jax really needed a buff. Like, sure, he wasn't played an insane amount, but I don't think he was at the point of like requiring a big buff. But so his Leap Strike, now you're going to be able to jump from further away. So if you want to dive on that back line, super easy for you to do. The cooldown reduction has also been reduced like from 1.5 seconds early game. So the early game is basically buffed for his cooldown reduction. So that's pretty nice. Late game remains basically the same. Well, it does say exactly the same with 6 seconds. And the damage also has been increased. Very slight increase. It's not a big buff, but it's just going to help him stick to his targets just a little bit better. Then over to Xayah. Xayah's having an issue fixed, which is fixing an issue where Xayah's wasn't hitting as hard as she should. Man, Xayah was already freaking insane without this. Now she's going to be pretty top tier again. Void Seeker correctly applies caustic wounds damage to the target hit. Well, she was already insane before. This is going to make her even better, but good on Riot to fix it. Now, this is the fix. This is the one that I think we all knew we were needing. So I'm pretty happy with Riot actually taking this into action rather quickly too after Kennen actually got released. So this is a pretty good one. We're having a pretty quick patch. So quick nerf on him. Because the Electric Ninja Rat is too strong, man. He was way too strong. Good on Riot to nerf that one down. So base AD reduced from 58 to 52. Pretty cool. Movement speed also. He was way too quick. I think that's also not enough of a nerf on his move speed. Like, he would get his ability where he would get an extra 100% move speed. He would be just zooming around the map. So I think, sure, like, they nerfed it a little bit. I think maybe like 320 would have been nice, but that's just me complaining because that is what I do best. Electrical Surge cooldown. So they got to reduce the cooldowns, of course, 12 seconds to now 15 seconds. So that's an extra 3 seconds for the early game. Late game remains basically the same. So this is not what's going to make the nerf really impactful. His early game is going to be a little bit harder in the Baron or mid lane if you do play mid lane, which is like weird. Also, going on to the next ability, Lightning Rush. The base damage has now been heavily reduced, so it's going to be 85 to 70, so 15 damage reduction. And late game is going to be actually reduced by another 15 also. So it's 15 reduction throughout the entire game, which I think was necessary. Lightning Rush does a lot of damage, but mainly it's not the base damage you want to reduce. You want to reduce the ratio, which here the ratio was reduced by 0.1, which I think is great. And also the ultimate. That is the most broken ability in his kit. And the base damage has also been reduced from an extra 5 early game, and late game is reduced by an extra 15. So, you know what? It's not like big significant nerfs, but because they're nerfing everything down, toning it down a little bit, it will make him a little bit less reliable. So I think this is a good nerf. I think that once again, the move speed was maybe needing a little bit more of a nerf, but that is just me complaining as always. Then Lee Sin, the knockback range has been reduced from 7.5 to 6.75. I think he's really good. I don't think his knockback range was the main issue. I think that overall maybe his cooldown on his dash would be good to nerf down a little bit because he is way too mobile around the map. That is my main issue. Tristana, I'm not going to go over the stats too heavily, but I think she definitely did need a buff. Reason why she was just not getting played. You had Kai'Sa, you had Jinx, Vayne, always getting picked up first initially. So it feels good to have potentially another ADC, a strong ADC at that, get picked up, as they are indeed going to be increasing the rapid fire duration from 5 to 7 seconds. That's the time where she attacks a lot faster. An extra 2 seconds in MOBAs is pretty damn impactful, I do have to say. So I do think that is definitely a good call to increase the rapid fire range, and also base damage from the rocket jump is going to be increased. It's not really the ability used the most in terms of damage, but you know what? Sure, fair enough. And the explosive charge, having a bunch of AD ratio increase, active base damage, and passive damage also. No, that's pretty good. Especially the passive damage is going to be really impactful as long as you just scale it properly. So I think this is a good buff. Twisted Fate, this is actually a buff on Twisted Fate. I thought he was fine. I didn't think he really needed a buff, but he wasn't getting played heavily in mid lane. Orianna was dominating the mid lane, so if we have another mage that can contest Orianna, I'm cool with it. So in that sense, I think it does make sense just because Orianna is that good. By the way, Orianna's not even getting nerfed this update. So yeah, weird for me. Yasuo, though, this is the one I 100% disagree with. I don't think Yasuo needed a buff. What are they buffing here then? Base damage, An extra 100 late game. Okay, his early game was already good, but like his late game now is going to be popping off on his last breath, which I do understand his ultimate was doing very little damage, but this is going to make him even better at that. And the animation time has been reduced as a shorter ultimate, but you still do the same amount of damage, which is pretty big. And the knockup duration has been also reduced. So less knockup time, but more damage. I do understand the bad damage buff, but Yasuo was still in a pretty good state, I think. So I think the buff is still not all that necessary, but that is just me complaining as always. Now onto items. So you got 3 items that are mainly going to get touched upon. Yumu's Ghostblade, Deadman's Plate, and also Redeeming Enchant. And also Lock-in Enchant had a little change. We'll go over that one. So Yumu's Ghostblade was a very, very popular item, so I do understand why it did get nerfed away. So they did remove then the attacks convert momentum into bonus magic damage on hit. That's been completely taken away, so the bonus damage you were having initially was Yumu's Ghostblade is now completely yeeted away from existence, which I do like. Now it's just going to be purely move speed. And the attacks will still remove all momentum stacks. There you go. So no more extra damage. You'll just get extra move speed, which I think is a great thing. Spectral Haste. Unchecked. That's weird they would put that. Okay, fair enough. Deadman's Plate. So that's an item that you would see built on tanks pretty often. What I would like to see is more like variety in tank items, but they're going to be nerfing this one down a little bit apparently. So they did remove the attacks convert momentum into bonus magic damage on hit, which I'm not against because your tank, you don't need that, okay? You don't need it. You want to be it to purely be a tank item, so I get that all around. And attacks will still remove all momentum stack. Okay, so it's basically similar to what happened to Yumu's Ghostblade. Really, really similar. But now they added something new, which I do like. Crushing Blow. Attacks deal magic damage equal to momentum stacks removed. Wait, attacks deal bonus... Wait. Damn, I'm having a little bit of an issue here. Attacks deal bonus damage equal to momentum stacks removed. Melee attacks then expand max momentum, also slowed by 50% for 1 second. Okay, so they added extra potential damage on this one. Interesting. They took it away, then put it back in. I don't think it's necessary because, once again, it is a tank item, but if it can also help to do a little bit of extra damage, so why the hell not? Redeeming Enchant, Redemption Heal effect is reduced by 50% if the target has been affected by another redemption in the last 20 seconds. That's really good though, because you would see people sometimes stack redemption. So I think that this is a good thing to have overall, because you would be getting an insane amount of heal if you would just stack up the summoner spell, the redemption on top of each other. So this is a good nerf. I think that they needed to add. And also Lock-in Enchant. So Lock-in Shield effect is reduced by 50% if the target has been affected by another Lock-it in the last 20 seconds, which is also a very, very good nerf. Reason why, everyone, and I really do mean everyone, was building Lock-in Enchant. Every support, every tank character, every brawler would build it. And you would have like potentially games as 2, 3, 4 Lock-in Enchants, sometimes even 5. I'm sure that happens sometimes. So here, reducing the effectiveness of a Lock-in Enchant, if you already had one used just a few seconds prior, by 50% is insane, but we needed it. So that's great. I'm happy with that one. Now going on to the next ones, gameplay new features. I'm not going to talk too heavily about this because I don't want to fluff out the video. We're already like 13 minutes in, so we are going to go quickly over that. Ping display, cool, a lot of quality of life changes. In-game chat, summoner spell timers. That's going to make it a little bit easier for you to know what's happening. Smite indicator. Added a visual indicator to indicate reduced gold from minions if using the smite. So, oh, okay, so people that do not know what the hell they're doing will have more information. That's cool. And increase the amount of blue motes in weekly activity chest and slightly increase activity points required and earn the 3rd chest in a week. So you're gonna get more. You're gonna get more blue motes, dude. Cool. Basically, like, just to reduce that in just a few words, more blue motes. You can buy more characters. Epic. Riot. Thank you. Keep it up. And there you have it. That's cool stuff. And also the free play champion rotation. If you guys are interested, you can read that for yourself. But personally, I'm a whale, so I have already almost all the characters. But that's okay. With that said, that is going to be all of the patch notes. Kennen finally nerfed. Hopefully, he's not going to be that OP anymore after the patch releases tomorrow. It was great. But yeah, with that said, thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen, for checking out today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me also what you would like to see me do in the future. I got a lot more video ideas coming up. So if you're interested, just tell me what you would like to see in the comment section down below. And as always, comment, like, and subscribe. All that good stuff. A lot more content to come your way very, very soon. Hopefully. With that said, I'm going to go straight back to my spaghetti, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.